heard somebody say, "Dead man?"
Look at the loot on the floor. That is everybody's dream.
Oh my goodness, it's gone!
Since the beginning of this series, I have been trying to accomplish the maximum total level in a Dead Man season. But my previous two attempts at trying to do this have each failed for multiple different reasons that I have spoken about in previous episodes of Maxed. And now that a new season is coming out by the end of this month, I will once again attempt to max in a Dead Man season. Unlike my previous attempts, however, I feel like I have to max in Man Reborn in order to continue this series. I will explain my thoughts and my perspectives in the next episode, but for now, until the end of August, we have other game modes to play in. When I begun making this episode of Maxed, I wasn't aware that Man Reborn would be released by the end of August. The summer summit stream that Jagex held hadn't been broadcasted yet, and so by the time that the upcoming season was revealed, I had 8 days of progress already under my belt. On the first day, I swapped around 40 mil worth of items from my Iron Man over to my main, which was then swapped over to my free-to-play only account. I did this because I didn't need the items or the amount of secondaries that I had farmed on Rare, and the GP that I got from selling these items could be used to fund 99 prayer on Exule. When I finished swapping this GP between my accounts, I moved over onto my Ultimate Iron Man so I could begin using up the fossils that I picked up over the past year. I used them to complete the museum minigame, which rewards players with experience lamps for every exhibit completed, and after I finished every exhibit, I used the lamps on runecrafting to reach level 52. I did this so that when I begin the Arceus library to train runecrafting on my ultimate, I would have a head start on that grind, and the experience tomes given by the library would be much higher than starting out at a lower runecrafting level, as the XP given by these tombs scale to what your runecrafting level is. I have several fossils left over that I wasn't able to use in the museum, and at some point it is my intention to use them to train prayer. But I'm not sure what prayer level I would get from the remaining fossils that I have left, and I don't intend to do any of that until I start preparing to train Slayer, which won't be happening until after I max Rare. When I finished using up the fossils, I begun training my farming and feeding skills. By this point I was aware that Man Reborn was coming out, so I started off by getting level 85 farming so I could start doing hard contracts in the farming guild. But I needed level 94 thieving so I could start pickpocketing master farmers in order to get the seeds I would need to do these hard contracts. At level 94 thieving, the fail rate of pickpocketing master farmers becomes 0, and I want to get this level before Man Reborn comes out so that during the tournament I can do hard contracts and start building up the herbs and seeds I will need for herb lore. I am going to be playing Man Reborn for an entire month, and so by the time it finishes I expect that I'll have enough supplies to unlock the stamina potions that I'm going to need for library runecrafting. I already have these things unlocked on Rare, and I've been farming on my Iron Man for over a year now. With 92 farming already achieved on my Iron Man, and with an entire month dedicated mostly to farming on it and my ultimate, I have a lot of herb lore to do after Man Reborn finishes. But all of this preparation could be for nothing if I do not max in the upcoming season. I must max in Man Reborn if I am to call myself the only player to max in every version of RuneScape. So hello everyone, welcome to Maxed. I'm on the Ultimate Iron Man, 71 mil total XP with a total level 1639, and we are on our way up to the north of Fossil Island. When I was AFKing Ammonite crabs for the past year whilst I was playing my other accounts, I was picking up the seaweed spores that I got from the Ammonite crabs alongside the fossils, and now I am farming them. The reason why I'm farming them is because there is a method for all my Ironmans where you can use the giant seaweed. I just need to mine a bunch of buckets of sand, and I need to unlock Lunars, which I haven't done yet. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to use up all the seaweed spores as well, and farm myself some giant seaweed for a crafting line later on down the line. I just haven't spoken about it yet. I've already done 1400 giant seaweed, and I'm expecting to get over 3k, which would be quite a lot of crafting XP. So that's what I'm doing in the background. So seaweed spores, giant seaweed, isn't the only thing that I am farming. I am also farming grapes. Now the reason why I'm farming grapes is because I tie farm my way up to 85 farming. The end goal for tie farm on this account is actually to get all the way up to 99 farming, simply so I can buy the skill cape and use that as a teleport straight to the farming guild. But I can't do that in the time that I have left until Man Reborn starts, so instead I'm going for 94 thieving, which I can do in that time frame. And I'm farming grapes because in tie farm the max points, I didn't notice until this happened, was 1,000 points. You can get up to 1,000 points in tie farm, and then after that you can't get any more tie points after that. And seeing as I'm going to return to tie farm eventually on this account, I decided that I would use those tie points and just buy myself the grapes. Now I did think about getting Zamorak grapes before anyone comments or thinks about that. All you need is a Zamorak IM and 50k, and then you can get yourself Zamorak grapes, and then you can make wines of Zamorak for that way, and that would be like a hard law training method. But that would take too long. So instead I'm just farming normal grapes just for cooking. I didn't want to go through the hassle of also getting the dwarf weeds, and these grapes would be sat in my inventory probably for 3 or 4 months when I get to that point. But anyway, that's what I'm doing in the background. I'm also farming cats. As you can see, I've already got quite a large stack of death runes. That is for another grind that I will be speaking about in a future episode of Max. Probably a little after I max in Man Reborn, but just before Leagues 3. And yeah, all this farming is going on in the background whilst I am working on 94 thieving for the Ultimate Iron Man. So the thieving methods that I'm alternating between on the Ultimate Iron Man are Ardoin Knights, Pyramid Plunder, and the Azir chests underneath Mulch. Now, I am currently thieving Ardoin Knights because I need GP. I need GP to buy the runes so I can put the Korend teleport in the portal chamber that I have in my POH. I need 200 laws, 200 soul runes, and then 500 waters and 500 fires, which is going to cost me some GP, which is why I'm thieving Ardoin Knights. And then I'm doing Mulch chest because I want a Xerxes talisman. And I'm basically going to make the Jagex talisman my main amulet for a long time until I can mount it in my POH. Still need to train up my construction to unlock the dig site and the Jagex talisman POH slots, which I'll be doing eventually on this account, probably towards the end of the year or the start of next year. But in the immediate time, the reason why I want the Jagex talisman from the Mulch chest is so I can get to tie farm and the glade quicker, so I can finish farming these grapes up. And it's just a really useful teleport for what I'm going to be doing, particularly when I'm going to be farming, as I'm expecting to get myself a lot of seeds that I'm going to be farming in the Hosidius patch and quite a few other patches as well. I've already done the medium Ardoin diary from a few episodes ago, so I can teleport straight to the Ardoin farm. And then I have a bunch of other teleports already open in my POH, so I can just run from Falador to the Falador patch, and I can do Camelot, and I even did the Ectophile in the last episode as well, so I can get that in my inventory, and that's how I'll be farming. But I just need to get this thieving level. So I'm also unlocking the Korend teleport because I've got myself a medium clue scroll. The Mulch chests give medium clue scrolls. So I'm going to be doing a few medium clue scrolls in the background if I get anything good, and then obviously I'll show it. If not, then I didn't get anything good. But the reason why I'm unlocking the Korend teleport is so I can go straight to the Korend statue, and then I need to kill myself a bunch of jellies to get these mithril boots for this clue scroll set. I can make the Ring of Life already, and I killed a bunch of trolls yesterday just to get the Adamant Warhammer, so the only big item I'm missing for this clue scroll step is the mithril boots. And when I get medium clue scrolls from these Mulch chests until I get myself an Xerxes talisman, I'm going to be doing those in the background. I've already done 5 or 6 medium clue scrolls yesterday, and that's what I'm going to be doing with medium clue scrolls until I get this Xerxes talisman. So just need to finish thieving these Ardoin Knights, as to say, just to get the GP that I need for those runes, and then we'll unlock a pretty useful teleport for when we start Slayer sometime next year as well. So I finally got the runes together to put the Korend Castle teleport in my portal chamber here on the Ultimate Iron Man. I unlocked these portal chambers early on into the count for teleports. I got one for Rarok, one for Lumbridge, one for Falador, Camelot, Ardoin, and now the Korend portal. and this is going to be a very useful teleport for a lot of things because, you know, I'm an ultimate Iron Man until I get that mounted Xerxes talisman. Getting to places like this is going to be difficult, so yeah, this is a big massive unlock, and now I can start working on those mithril boots for this medium clue scroll, and let's move on. Well, there it is, the Xerxes talisman. That's my permanent amulet slot for a long time on the ultimate Iron Man. I'm teleport to the glade because I need to do myself a grape run, which is weird to say, I've never actually farmed grapes before. But yeah, that's done. I managed to do 9 medium clues from thieving the chest. I didn't get anything interesting. And yeah, let's move on to Pyramid Plunder. We'll be alternating between Pyramid Plunder and Ardoin Knights now. Pyramid Plunder because I'm just speed running Nightfall Thieving before Dead Man Reborn starts. And then when I don't feel like doing Pyramid Plunder and I just want to AFK, I'll do Ardoin Knights as I was doing earlier. So yeah, let's shoot all the way up to Nightfall Thieving now. So here I am in Shiloh Village, about to complete one small favor. That does mean I have also unlocked Shiloh Village as well, and Duradel on the Ultimate Iron Man. I did that off video. The reason why I'm doing one small favor is because it's a pre-requirement quest for Swan Song. Now, as you can see, I've got a hard clue scroll in my inventory. I've actually had this for a couple of weeks now, ever since I got myself the Berserker Ring and my Dragon Axe in the last episode, and I haven't got around to doing it yet because I needed to do the quest, and today is the day that I decided to do the quest. So I'm also going to use these antique lamps on rune crafting. That's 53 rune crafting, and then almost all the way up to 54. So let's do Swan Song next and unlock the Piscarius Hunter area. Alright, Swan Song is completed, so I can now do this hard clue scroll. Let's get the quest reward. And hopefully this will be the hard clue scroll casket right after this. It's a lot of prayer XP actually. What prayer? I got 49 prayer from that. Sweet. Right. Let's do this hard clue scroll. Alright, there's the casket. Let's get out of the wilderness. A little bit of a risk there. I'm currently risking 9.3 mil in my looting bag. Anyway, let's make room for this hard clue scroll. We took this again for the Alks. I can't actually open the area, never mind. Yep, that's a lot of Alks. The magic short bow is actually very useful, so we'll keep that, and that's some nice Alks there as well. 55k hard clue scroll. Still looking for that black dragon hide. So I'm taking another break from thieving. I'm currently 78 thieving. 14 days until Dead Man Reborn starts, so 2 weeks to get up to 94 thieving. And tonight I wanted to do Lunar Diplomacy, and one of the pre-requirements for Lunar Diplomacy is the Fremnit Trials quest. I should have done this in the last episode when I was getting the Berserker Ring and Dragon Axe, but better late than never. Let's move on to Lunar Diplomacy. So I just got myself another hard clue scroll, which is important because I can get Black Dragon Hide from this, which is actually very important because I am currently going for 65 Slayer, so I can unlock Dust Devils. I'll talk about that when we get to that point, but I'm announcing right now I am never doing charter boats on this account. I hate charter boats, so I've come up with an alternative method. It's going to take me a lot longer to get the crafting level I need for Lunar Diplomacy, which is 61. I'm currently at 54. I don't have enough gems or supplies from my gem bag or anything else to get up to 61 crafting. The only way that I can do it straight from 54 to 61 currently is charter boats. And I'm never doing charter boats on this account. I fucking hate charter boats. I did it for an hour yesterday and it was terrible. So I've come up with an alternative method which I'll be talking about towards the end of this video, and I'll be starting it probably just before Dead Man Reborn begins. I don't know if I'll actually finish the goal for that method, but I'll explain that. But first I need 65 Slayer, so we're going to be doing some Slayer in the background, and yeah, I'll be completing this hard clue scroll. If I don't get anything, then you'll see. So on the very next clue, we got ourselves an upgrade. On the Armadillo chap still need the body, but yeah, that's a prayer bonus now for when we start doing bossing at the end of this episode. Yeah, pretty cool. Can't complain about that. So I just got out of the nightmare zone. As you can see in my inventory now, I have a black mask. I got that last night at 200 kills at the cave horrors. Obviously I got the quest for that in the last episode, and now I am going to imbue it. So now I have an imbued black mask. Fantastic. Currently 58 Slayer, need to get up to 65, so I'll see you when we get to that level. And there is the third 99 on the Ultimate Iron Man. I'm currently 60 Slayer. I'm going to move this now onto the defensive switch because I have 99 strength already. And yeah, bit of a weird build for my Ultimate Iron Man. Obviously I was AFKing Ammonite Crabs for a really long time because I was playing my other accounts, and now I'm looking to unlock other things to AFK whilst I'm playing my other accounts, which is why I'm doing Slayer. But yeah, nothing to complain about. I'm about to teleport out to do this hard glue scroll, and then I need to get my Dragon Defender back, as I dropped my Dragon Defender for inventory space a week ago. And now that I have 99 attack, I can buy the attack skill cape and skip getting all the way up to the Rune Defender. I can just go straight into the basement and get myself the Dragon Defender back to finish off this 65 Slayer grind. So that's what we're going to be doing next. So there is my black deer-hide body from my 6 hard glue scroll. I'm very glad that I got that done. That's probably going to be my best in slot for ranged on this account, unless I get myself a God Dragon Hide instead as a body for ranged. I could get barrows and stuff like that, but there's no real point for getting barrows on this account because it will just take a inventory spot in my looting bag, and eventually I'm going to get the crafting level where I can just go to Black Dragons and craft myself Black Dragon Hide, which would save me inventory spots later down the line. But yeah, that's my best in slot for now, and that's going to be really useful for stuff that we're going to be doing later on in the episode, or it might be after Dead Man Reborn, because it's currently the 14th and I have like 11 days till Dead Man Reborn is going on, and I have a lot to do in the next 11 days on this account. So the method that I've been alluding to was that I'm planning to do Zora for flax for crafting on this account, because I simply don't want to do charter boats, and that black DI body is an upgrade for my gear for Zora. But I don't think I will be making it to Zora before Dead Man Reborn gets done and out of the way. Anyway, 4 Slayer levels left to go until 65, currently 61. I'm unlocking Dust Devils so I can chin them to get my range up before I go back to Zora, as I did try and do some Zora attempts off video with my current stats and gear, and I could not kill Zora with the current gear setup that I had, but that's a big massive upgrade, and eventually we'll be farming Zora to get flax and all the other unique items and drops to skill on this account. So I'm about to complete King's Ransom on my Ultimate Iron Man, which is the second to last requirement to get piety. All I need to do after this is the Knight's Training Grounds, which I won't be doing in this episode of Max. So I'm going to use this antique lamp on rune crafting as well for 5k. That gets me to 54 rune crafting. I can now craft lore runes, which is kind of useless for this account. I did this quest because I thought to unlock this music track La Morte was actually in the fortress part of the quest where you're getting the Holy Grail, but actually it's unlocked by getting into the Death Altar, and I need to do Morning's End part 1 and 2 to do that, which I'll be doing that in this episode. So I'm actually going to drop this hard clue, and we're going to go back to Slayer. Currently 63 Slayer, 2 more levels, which I'm planning to get today. So there is 65 Slayer. I can now kill Dust Devils, which means that I can now chin the Dust Devils in the Chroned Catacombs. It would be better for me to unlock Monkey Madness 2, but that requires 70 crafting, and I've already said that I'm not going to be doing charter boats on this account, so Monkey Madness 2 tunnels aren't available. So I came up with Dust Devils instead, because I'm planning to use the drops from Dust Devils to train my other skills as well. But the days of me slaying in this gear are over. I won't be training Slayer again on this account for quite some time. When we come back, it'll be more with optimized gear for Slayer than slaying in this. I've been slaying in this now for like 3 days. But yeah, 65 Slayer grind is over, and it's time to move on to the next step for our preparation to start killing Zora on the Ultimate Iron Man. So I'm about to get 60 smithing here in the Blast Furnace. This will allow me to use the Blast Furnace without having to pay the foreman 2,500 every time I want to use this for every 50 minutes. Now it's free. But more significantly, the anvils here are now open. You need 60 smithing to be able to use these. The reason why I'm here at the Blast Furnace, the reason why I've got this is because whilst I was doing Slayer up to 65, I got myself a bunch of Brimstone Keys, and I used those Brimstone Keys to clear up my inventory, and it gave me 1,000 coal. So I thought, rather than just dropping the coal, I'm going to use that quickly before we move on to the next grind that we're going to be doing before we start Zora, which is Hunter. I want to get myself a bunch of chins so I can get my ranged up a lot higher for Zora, as the major thing that was holding me back for DPS at Zora when I tried it before I started all these little mini grinds, 65 Slayer for example, was range was holding me back. I just didn't have enough DPS to do damage on Zora to get a kill. But I think if I get my range up to around 85, maybe even 90, I'll be able to kill Zora pretty efficiently with the current gear and setup that I have, particularly now that I have full Black D'hide and the Armadillo chaps that I got earlier from doing Hard Clue Scrolls. So I'm about to get myself 63 Hunter. There it is. I've now unlocked the ability to catch red chin chompers. I got up to 30 Hunter doing random birdhouses whilst I was AFKing woodcutting on Fossil Island, and then the rest of them have been all on salamanders. And now that I have 63 Hunter, I can now catch myself the chins that I'm going to use at dust levels to get myself my range up, so I can have some better DPS when we eventually start doing Zora. But that's going to be for another episode on the Ultimate Iron Man, as I am going to end the progress in this episode on the Ultimate Iron Man. We accomplished quite a lot, and I wanted to finish the episode by actually killing Zora on this account, but I just don't have enough time. I underestimated the amount of preparation and the amount of time that it's actually going to take me to be able to kill Zora, as I thought I'd be able to kill Zora with 75 range and 75 magic, which is doable, but it's not doable for me with my PVM skills. I'm going to need my skills to be a bit higher for me just for the DPS with Zora. Anyway, I'm going to do myself a quick seaweed run here on the account. I'm check my looting bag. I have now farmed all the grapes that I'm going to need for cooking from Thai Farm. Obviously we're going to be going back for 99 farming, and I currently have just over 2200 giant seaweed, which is the reason why we're unlocking the Lunar Spellbook on this account and why we're doing Zora for 61 crafting. I want to unlock the Lunar Spellbook so I can use the spells in there to use both of those supplies to train the account. But after I do this giant seaweed farm, we're going to hop over onto the Iron Man. I'm going to end my progress on the Ultimate with just over 77 million total XP and just over 1700 total level, which is quite a lot of total levels from where we started off at the beginning of the episode. So yeah, I'll see you on my Iron Man. So welcome to the Iron Man. We are currently 282 mil total XP with 2083 total level. Over the past 2 or 3 weeks, I've just been AFKing woodcutting, currently over just 25 mil woodcutting XP. I've been AFKing that whilst playing my Ultimate Iron Man and my other accounts. If I go into it quickly, as you can see, I've accumulated quite a lot of redwood logs. I'm going to turn most of these into arrow shafts when we go for 99 and post 99 fletching XP. But we're on the Iron Man because I want to practice Zora for Dead Man Reborn starts next week. Zora is going to be in the Dead Man Reborn season, which is new. Dead Man Reborn hasn't been in the seasonals for years now, but for some reason they've decided to put that in with Dead Man Reborn as like a refreshing of the seasonals for Dead Man mode. And Zora is going to be one of my main money makers, if not the main money maker for me in Dead Man Reborn to afford my buyable skills when I'm playing Dead Man Reborn. So I want to get some practice in so I'm fresh doing Zora, so that when I actually begin it in Dead Man Reborn I can just go straight in without feeling a bit nervous. But before we can do that on the Iron Man, I want to unlock myself the Major Arena 2 kit, which is long overdue on this account. Obviously this was my X hardcore, so I didn't want to do Major Arena 2 on this account, but now that it's an Iron Man, I have like no excuses for not going for the upgraded Magic Cape, and that's going to be one of the unlocks that we're going to be doing before we begin Zora. So let's get myself my upgraded Zamorak Cape. Okay, I got myself the final heart, so now let's imbue our cape. And that is the second account ever for me having the Major Arena 2 cape. Pretty cool. So we're going to move on now. I need to do some construction on this account. I need to get up to 85 construction so I can make myself the final upgraded pool. And thanks to some preparation beforehand, I have plenty of planks and plenty of steel bars to do mahogany home. So that's what we're going to be doing for the rest of this evening. And let's unlock that pool before we start some Zora. So I have myself here a lovely cup of tea. I just got myself 85 construction, and it is now time to upgrade the pool. I have all the things that I need here to upgrade the pool, but that isn't the only thing that we're going to be upgrading. We're also going to be making ourselves the occult altar of the occult. Fucking started that. Great clip. Anyway, I can now change my spellbook whenever I want without having to run everywhere, and I can also upgrade. Well, I'm actually missing a construction level for the jewelry blocks, but we'll do that another time. Anyway, enough jibber jabber. It's time to get ourselves the toxic blue pipe on this account. Long overdue, but yeah, better late than never. KC 47 on the Iron Man, and for the first time in the Iron Man mode, I have myself a Zora unique, which over a year ago I thought is particularly on this account, seeing as it's an ex-hardcore Iron Man and I was never going to do Zora on my hardcore. This is exciting, yeah. Nothing more to say. Magic fan, I'm pretty happy about that. I wish I had got the Visage first, but can't complain about getting myself the Toxic Trident. Let's put this on the bad boy and get back to killing Zora. Alright, there is KC 100 for Zora on the Iron Man, and I'm gonna call it a day for this episode. We're already over 30 minutes long, and we are ending with a unique on the Trident. Lots of progress has been made on the Ultimate Iron Man and on the regular Iron Man as well. I am announcing at the end of this episode as well that after Man Reborn, I'm going to be retiring this account for a few months. After Man Reborn finishes, my plan is to max in the permanent Deadman server as well. And then after that, I want to focus on my free-to-play account. I am very burned out of the Iron Man modes. I've been playing Iron Man essentially since February of 2020, and it is coming to the end of August of 2021, and I want to play my other accounts and max in them instead. So this will be a long time before you guys see Rari again, as well as Jagex, my Ultimate and regular Iron Man accounts. I am ending this episode with a total level of 2086 with a total XP of 285 mil. And my ex-hardcore Iron Man, now a regular Iron Man, is set to be retired for a few months whilst I max in Man Reborn, the permanent Deadman server, and then obviously I'll be maxing in free-to-play as well before returning to the Iron Man modes. That does also mean that I am not going to be playing these accounts on the side as I have been doing now for a long time. I'm also burnt out of multi-logging, so that's one of the other reasons why I'm retiring this account. So yeah, goodbye to Rari for a few months. We will return once we have achieved 99 all in Man Reborn, the World 45 permanent Deadman mode server, and then in free-to-play before we come back and finish this account, and then in the Ultimate Iron Man mode. And then after that, all that will be left is Group Iron Man and Hardcore Iron Man as well. Oh, and somewhere in between all that, Leagues 3 was to be maxed, because obviously I'm going to continue the trend of achieving 99 all in the league mode as well. So that said, goodbye for now. I'll give you a blowout on Rari, and I'll see you in the next episode where I'll be maxing in Man Reborn. Goodbye for now.